Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Treasure Trove Tarot, also known here on YouTube as Mystic Moon. Welcome to my second channel and welcome to your weekly forecast. Just take what resonates for you, you guys, and get rid of anything that doesn't. All the decks I'll be using here today will be listed down below, as well as this beautiful Organite, which is called the Lion Tower Buster, created by Michelle from Wing and Bell. So let's get into the reading. Let's go ahead and see, what does Spirit want us to know about our week? What does Spirit want us to know about our week? What do we need to be what do we need to be made aware of for this week? Hey, we have the owl, you guys. So if you guys are seeing owls or you resonate with this being your spirit animal, we have your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. Wow. So some of you guys just know something this week. You just know without a shadow of a doubt. You have a lot of wisdom. So sometimes that's how intuition works as well. It's common sense. It's kind of like, well, I've been down this road before. It feels very familiar to me. That's wisdom. You have wisdom under your belt that tells you, hey, you know what? I know not to do this again, or I know to protect myself, or, you know, I know that this is most likely going to be the outcome. So either I will do this or I won't do this. So your intuition and wisdom in a situation is correct this week. So definitely pay attention and don't discount it. All right, let's go ahead and get some tarot cards to see what some of this might be about. Ooh, we have the Five of Swords. Damn. Okay. So the Five of Swords is definitely not a pretty card. It usually indicates a battle that isn't really worth fighting. It's about pulling out of a battle or knowing when to pull out. So there's a lot of people that enjoy conflict, a lot of toxic people, people that thrive on that type of energy. You might not be one of those people. You might be very sensitive. And so if you're trying to lower yourself to someone else's level and fight dirty, it might actually be creating more havoc in your life. It might be literally having some sort of a great effect, as in not good, but like a really huge effect on your nervous system. Maybe it's even making you sick. So Spirit is basically saying that your intuition may be correct, that it's time to pull out of a toxic situation. It's time to pull out away from a person that might not have your best intentions at heart. Somebody that could be lying to you, deceiving you, maybe even potentially could end up hurting you. You just know that something is off and you need to trust that. So if you're met with an opportunity this week, or there's somebody that's saying something and you're just like, I'm not sure that I trust her, or it doesn't really make sense to me because I've actually done that before and I just know that that's not for me, pay attention this week. Oh, I like this. The Strength card, Leo's energy. This is about having courage. You can do it in a very kind way. Like you don't necessarily have to flip out or, scream at someone or slam a door in someone's face. It's not that kind of energy. I mean, some of you might need to do that, of course, but you can do this in a very kind way. You can do this in a very, hold a healthy boundary and tell someone no this week, or, you know what, thanks, but no thanks kind of thing. So you can stand your ground this week, and I'm just getting here, this lion energy trumps this Five of Swords energy. So you can do this very successfully this week and hold a firm boundary, or take your power back from someone that maybe you have been giving your power to, because the Five of Swords is also a card of defeat, where we feel defeated and someone's playing games or somebody's just out to win. And it's kind of like, you can't really compete with someone that just doesn't care. You're not going to win that battle. They don't care. They don't care. You can't make someone care that doesn't care. So sometimes the best thing to do is to just walk away from those types of people. So it takes a lot of strength and courage to do that. Yeah, we have the High Priestess, which just goes with the owl here. The owl is the High Priestess spirit animal. So to me, this is saying that you know this. you know something this week, your intuition is absolutely correct. Your intuition has told you something about a person or a situation, and it's not worth the fight. It's not worth any more toxic energy. You need to remove yourself from this person and situation. And the fact that we have two major cards, this does trump this minor card. So you have the strength, you have the power this week. You can take it back. And as a matter of fact, with the High Priestess, you don't even need to tell this person this. Your actions will speak louder than words. You can block someone. You can just not take their phone call. You can just no longer go to that place that person is going to be at, if that's possible. So we don't always have to say things with words. We can do this with our actions. And the High Priestess is kind of hidden. So you don't necessarily have to tell anybody what you're doing. You don't owe anyone an explanation. This is just you making a move and kind of keeping it, kind of hidden, and that's okay. And kind of keeping your cards to your chest and not revealing everything that you're thinking or doing, because in the hands of the wrong person, if you tell them too much, they can take that and use that against you. And it really sucks when someone does that. So be careful who you trust. Be careful with who you're dealing with this week, because I feel like someone is kind of an energy vampire looking to kind of trip you up or just maybe take something from you, as in your energy. And you can come back strong this week. They might not even see it coming. And just the move that you make, as in you're just not picking up that phone anymore, that's a move that will pull the plug on this energy vampire, or whatever this fight is that's just not worth the fight anymore. And you know it you're going to do something without fail. You're going to follow this intuition, which is correct. And you're going to pull the power plug. You're going to pull the power plug on this situation or this person. And you're going to protect yourself. Because the High Priestess is very psychic. So this is also about psychic energy. You might feel like you're being psychically attacked. You might feel like someone is just in your head or in your mind constantly. And it's just like you're finding a way to block this week. You're finding a way to successfully have the courage to say, no more, I'm done. So that's amazing. I love that opening message. Okay. Let's go ahead and go into this shadow healing oracle and see what wants to come through for the shadows. What do we need to understand about shadow work this week? Anguish. Simply knowing there is an end to this feeling of sorrow is the very beginning of your healing process. So yeah, this situation, this Five of Swords crap, could have really caused you a lot of anguish, you guys, a lot of sadness and sorrow. So the fact that you're going to pull out of this week and put an end to it, that is the beginning of your healing process. So this is the beginning of shadow work. This is the beginning of dealing with this shadow, dealing with maybe your fear of pulling away from this person, saying no to this person, or standing up for yourself this week. That's what I'm seeing here. So let's go ahead and see what this is about. Oh, wow. That's amazing. The Nine of Wands. You want to know what kind of card this is? It's a defense. You're putting up a wall. You're blocking something out this week. You're putting an end to this situation. You're putting an end to the feeling of sorrow. And this is the beginning of your healing process. You're saying no, you're blocking something. You're no longer going to allow this person into your energy field. You're also, like, I feel, pulling the plug on maybe you plugging into this person. And I keep saying this person, it could just be a stressful family or work situation or a group of friends that's causing sorrow. So you're turning away from it or pulling the plug this week on it. Oh my gosh. And we have the Tower. Damn. So the Tower energy is a sudden revelation that we have that something does need to come to an end. And it can be sometimes painful. It can be also a shock to other people when you do this. So sometimes people that have had control over you for a while, or they're used to depending on you, they can become shocked when suddenly you say no, or suddenly when you're no longer willing to do things that you've always done for them. Anytime you make a sudden shift or change, and I've experienced this myself, just even over on my Mystic Moon channel, when I suddenly shifted some thinking and some energies before, it's like Sometimes the audience does not always respond in a positive way. Sometimes, people actually, lash out. So anytime we are putting up a boundary, or anytime we're maybe adding some value to our lives, or, doing things a little bit differently, people don't like it. People that really aren't supportive or don't have your best interest at heart, I should say, will usually be the ones that lash out. So it's just a human response sometimes, and it does happen, and we all have to deal with it to some degree. So I just feel like whatever this situation happens to be for you, there might be some people that don't like it, and some people that might even try harder because you're putting up a wall, because you're saying no, right? But I feel like when you see this, you're going to know who your real friends were or who people really are because of the way that they're acting. When we say no, or we put a value on something and people are talking shit about you, or saying things, or complaining to you, or trying to tear you down, that right there, you already know that person or these people don't give a shit about you and aren't for you. They're against you. So it's kind of like you have to get to a point where that's being revealed to you. It's an ugly truth that's being revealed to you. And as much as it hurts, it's actually really, really clarifying, which is what the Tower energy is. It's painful. It's a painful revelation, but it's kind of necessary in order for you to maybe get to a point where you're just done with whatever this is this week. I don't know what it is for some of you guys, but some of you guys are having a major revelation that something just is got to end here. And we have the Seven of Wands. Damn. Fighting for it. People coming at you, attacking you, and saying, oh yeah. And I'm just seeing here, it might be the straw that needed to break the camel's back. If this is the way that it has to end, if this is the way that it has to go, then I just feel it's at least going to clear this out from your life. So drama, falling outs with friends, yes, they can be painful. I'm not trying to tell you guys, oh my gosh, you guys are going to experience some sort of horrible Tower moment this week. I just feel like this is going to be for those of you that are resonating so far with something that you are trying to leave behind, or something that needs to change. And I feel like you are going to maybe get some sort of information, or have that sudden realization that is going to help you this week, that says, yeah, I know this sucks, but this is just the way it's got to be, It's the way it's got to be. I know that this sucks. I know this isn't good for me anymore. I know that this is not good. And now that I'm standing up for myself, or I'm just kind of staying away from it, it might be a shock to your own system. So even if this is not other people reacting to your change, this could just be the shock that you have within your own self. That shock of, wow, this thing that I was connected to that was so unhealthy, and I was so unhappy with it, I almost miss it because now I don't have anything, or now I'm bored, or now I have all this time on my hands. Sometimes we can go back into situations because of boredom, loneliness, or just to have something, just to feel something, even if it's negative. Sometimes it feels like it's better than nothing. So it could be the shock of your own system of this, defense, the shock of your own system that says, wow, you're really done. You're really cutting this out. You're really going to stand up for yourself and say no more. And so your own just self is going, are you sure? It's like your ego's trying to tell you, like, are you sure you want to let this go? Are you sure that you want to do this? It's like second guessing. But guess what? That's why the owl is here. Without fail, follow your inner wisdom, because with you can't fail if you're true to yourself. You can't fail when you say no more to BS, when you say no more to the people and situations that cause you pain and sorrow. You can't go wrong. That's without fail. So your higher self knows something. The high priestess knows something. Something has reached its cycle, is what I'm seeing here with all those moons. Something has reached a cycle, and going in for the 5th or 6th cycle, whatever this is with this maybe situation or person, it's not going to bring you any more clarity. I feel like you have everything that you need to know now. So the ego might make excuses and say, oh, well, maybe this, maybe that. And I'm just getting here, you guys. Trust your wisdom that tells you this person hasn't changed. This situation isn't going to get any better. The only thing that needs to change at this point is you, as in you got to take your happy ass or unhappy ass out of the situation, because this is just, it shouldn't be this way. It shouldn't be this way. So I don't know what this is. I would really be interested to hear if some of these situations, if this is resonating with you guys, if you guys are going through somewhat of a challenging, difficult time with whatever that happens to be. So let's go ahead and see what chakra is going to be highlighted this week for us. What chakra is highlighted this week? Oh, we have the crown chakra. The crown chakra, you guys, is very much understanding, being plugged into that higher self, high priestess, the wisdom. We're getting some sort of guidance from the universe this week that tells us what's up in a situation. So, oh yeah, your crown chakra is highlighted. It's activated. It knows something. It understands something. So let those messages flow in. Oh, I love that. To me, this is like the magician, but he's like a wizard. So he just is like a magician wizard to me. And he's got all the chakras here and all of this energy around him. So this tells me here that you are moving forward and manifesting something new. Like, you know that you need to manifest change. You know that you need to manifest something different than what you're experiencing right now. Something has to shift. And that's why the tower's here. Because the tower isn't messing around. The tower says, enough is enough. We've wasted enough time. We're not happy. Something is faulty. Something isn't working. It needs to come crashing down. We need to be done with this phase. We've learned everything we've needed to learn, or we refuse to learn the lesson. So now all we're doing is wasting time. It's time for us to be done with this for now, or some of you for good. So this wizard, this sage, this priestess, like the high priestess, knows something this week. And some of you guys, there could be an elder around you, like an ancestor, or someone that you really value their opinion because they've gone through certain things. You could be consulting this person this week because of what you're dealing with. So they're helping you perhaps with some sort of an action plan, or you're getting information on things that you could do instead of maybe what you're doing right now. Oh, like this. This is the root chakra, thriving. I feel like you guys are definitely going to thrive once again. So if you don't feel like you're thriving right now, if you feel like you're losing, because sometimes that 5 of Swords can be where we feel like we've lost, you will thrive once again. Some of you guys have either been cut down or just burned so bad that you don't feel like you're going to survive this. You feel like you're just always going to be down in the dumps. But I feel like you guys will start over. This is root chakra energy. You will start at the bottom perhaps, but you will work yourself back up. You will build yourself back up. You will thrive once again. You will be open to love and life and happiness and abundance once again. So if you feel like you've lost everything right now, this is not going to last forever. You will thrive again. Yep, you will also feel safe again. The bear. So the bear is coming through as a spirit animal. The bear is fierce. The bear is like, the master of the frickin', not jungle, the forest, right? You don't want to mess with the bear. Bears are very ferocious. But it's also like mama bear energy. So that's why we have the energy of safe and protected. So there is, and I really think this is cool. Look at all these lotuses, right? And I connect the lotus to spirituality, to self-realization. So you guys are going to realize something from this entire situation, whatever is happening here. You will feel safe once again. You will thrive once again. But what I'm seeing here is that you guys are going to provide something for yourselves. You guys are going to manifest all of these things for yourself. Maybe some of you thought you were safe with someone. Maybe some of you thought you were safe in a company or a job or just a situation, and it was false. You weren't really safe. It wasn't really thriving. We wanted it to, but it just didn't. Whether it was, maybe it wasn't right for us. Maybe it was just a lesson. Maybe it just, we didn't belong there. Maybe this person was bad news. Whatever it is, when we choose ourselves, and sometimes when we let go of what's not working and we build ourselves back up from the bottom, we are going to erect into this much stronger version of ourselves. So you guys are manifesting these changes, and the crown chakra is, you just know that this is something that you need to do. You know that you either have to start over, or that you belong somewhere else, or that someone in your life needs to go, or that a situation has just reached maximum capacity and it just can't continue. So you're pulling away, you're giving up, you're done with something I'm seeing here, and it's pretty big. And it's something that may have caused you a lot of sadness and anguish and frustration and stress. So you're saying you're done with it this week. You're just done. You're no longer going to allow whatever this is to affect you in a negative way any longer. You just can't do it anymore. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. So this right here is this is like a self-care deck. And so we're just going to see what can we do in order to take care of ourselves this week. So we can thrive, so we can feel safe once again. We have journal. I like this because this is about writing things down. Some of us feel like we want to say something to someone, and maybe that's not the safest thing to do, or maybe it's just not the best thing to do, but we need to get it out. So maybe journaling or writing something down. If you're afraid to keep your journal, write it down and burn it up on a piece of paper. So there's many things that you can do here, but writing things down or expressing yourself through either a journal or maybe even like through a creative writing, like a creative process writing type of way, this would be really, really good for you. This would be very therapeutic is what Spirit is saying here. That's awesome. What else? Okay, so we have meditate, and meditate doesn't mean that you have to sit there like that, but she is on a lotus, which is kind of cool. But it doesn't mean you have to sit there quietly with your eyes closed. If I were to sit in that position, my back would kill me. That's just me. So for me, meditation is different. There's certain things that I do where I zone out and I connect just by sitting outside in nature, quiet, no electronics, not looking at my phone, just hanging out in nature with my cats. That's meditation to me. So we can connect always. We don't have to close our eyes like that to be in that position to connect. But this would be very soothing for the soul, clearing things out. Ooh, we have abundance planning. So we have two cards that indicate that we are writing things down. So we're expressing something, but we're also planning something. Things that we want to create, we're also writing down. So this journaling process can be, we're writing things down to purge or writing things down to receive. This could be a gratitude list that we make every single day that will really help us to kind of put us into that abundance mindset. So definitely some positive things there. Ooh, we have chanting. Interesting. There could be a group of people because I see more than just one person on that card. Maybe we go into a group, maybe a meditation group, a yoga class. It could be a drumming circle, a chanting circle, whatever this is. This could be a good thing in order to help you to shift your vibration and to align something vibrationally within you. I knew that there was something about writing something down and burning something. I just kept feeling that over and over again. So some of you are meant to write some things down that you want to purge, burn it, as in to release it. But then you're also using the writing as to bring in as well. So you're releasing and then bringing things in. So there's this like purging cycle, but then also this receiving cycle as well. So I like all these suggestions for you guys. It's really good. Connect with fire. So there's that fire energy. But connecting with fire is more than just releasing. Connecting with fire is inspiration, creativity, ideas, connecting with things that really light your soul on fire, things that really bring you into an energetic state. So this could be like an exercise class, like burning off energy. That's a really good way to burn off energy. Maybe even going and listening to live music. That could also be something where that connects you with that feeling of just positivity and high vibes and just feeling really good, maybe going dancing or something like that. That's also, to me, connecting with fire energy. Maybe even spending time out in nature with a campfire. That could be a really great way to connect with yourself, nature, or come together with other people. And that could be a good time. And that might be why that's being suggested there. All right, let's go ahead and get one more. And we have music. Yeah, the music was coming through the drum circle or just like listening to music, going to listen to live music or going dancing. But there's something about hearing the vibration or the rhythm of music and it really uplifting your spirits and you're using it in a very positive way. Whenever we're feeling sadness or anguish, I never think it's a great idea for us to listen to songs that make us feel sad or remind us of someone specific. It might be time to just kind of create a new playlist or something if you have one, or just listen to specific music that's just really uplifts your spirit for the time being until you're feeling stronger, until you're feeling a little bit better. But these are all just ideas that we can do in order to raise our vibration and really take care of ourselves this week. So I hope you guys enjoyed those. So this is kind of a cool deck. It asks questions. So what's a question that maybe we need to consider or ask ourselves this week? The rebel. Where are you following rules you don't care about or really believe in anymore? Ooh, that's kind of cool. Okay. So again, there is something where we are breaking free from a pattern or a situation that seems to be problematic or just maybe irritating, causing us sadness, anguish, stress, whatever this is. So I kind of feel like the rebel, it takes the rebel to break out of following something or following the plan of someone else, even though we don't like that plan, but maybe we're feeling like we need to follow it anyways, because if we don't, we'll lose them or they'll judge us or they won't like us or something. So the rebel this week kind of is that archetype coming through that says you can be the rebel. You can say no. You can have a voice this week, not just this week, but from here on out. You can be strong. You can break these ties or these chains that seem to be binding you. You can do something different. It says that you don't even care about or really believe in anymore. Maybe there is some kind of a belief system or something that has connected you to, like I have to be with this person, or I have to be at this job, or I have to do this for this family member out of guilt and shame. We're breaking ties with that this week. And we are being asked to welcome that, be the rebel this week and say, no, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not living my life for other people. I'm living my life for myself. That's the archetype this week. And we have the Seven of Swords. So you guys, what's really interesting is we have the Five of Swords and now we have the Seven of Swords in this reading. So I really feel like there is something in your lives that is just not ideal. There's someone that's either lying, somebody that's trying to get away with something, someone who's just kind of sneaking around, and it's like you know it and you want to say no to it and you want to maybe call them out on their crap, or you just want to say, you know what, I'm on to you. I'm done with this. Some of you are gathering up the strength to be the rebel and say no, or to just defend yourself this week from whoever is lying or trying to deceive you. That's what I'm getting here. But some of you guys, your move might be subtle. And I said this with the High Priestess earlier. You do not have to tell anyone anything. I mean, you might have to tell someone maybe that, like you're not going to be showing up at work Maybe. I don't know. Sometimes people do things and they just disappear. So obviously whatever resonates for you guys, just take that. But if you don't have to explain. What I'm saying is, like, you don't got to get into it. You don't have to get into it with someone. You don't have to sit there and explain something. Because let me tell you something. If you're dealing with somebody that's like 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords person, they probably don't care anyways. Or they don't get it. They wouldn't be operating in this energy if they had a freaking conscience or if they actually had empathy. So either they're too toxic, too broken, or whatever to even be able to sit there and have a conversation with you and admit that they are even wrong. So I feel like what this is telling us this week is that just your actions alone are enough to say to this person or these people or life, whatever's happening right now, that you're just done with it. You're not dealing with it anymore. Yeah, 4 Cups. This is a rejection. We're saying no to something. I feel like you guys really cared about someone or something. You know, either it's a job, you really care about this family member, you really love this person, you do. But you know that whatever's happening is not good for you. You know that it's just something that's not going to work. And so rather than continue in this energy, it's like the spirit is bringing forth the Tower and saying, enough is enough. You've been putting it off maybe for a while, but enough is enough. You're going to have to put in the effort to put up a boundary and put up your wall and just say, I'm just done. And, am I going to piss you off? Are you going to come at me now? Are you going to try to punish me? Well, you know what? Do what you need to do. It's kind of that energy. You're coming through as just very strong and courageous like the lion and saying, I'm just done. I'm just done. And somebody might rebel against this rejection. Somebody might try harder, try to manipulate you even further. But Spirit's saying that you actually have the power this week, and it might be best to just disassociate yourself with whatever is bringing this amount of anguish to your life. Yep, you're the King of Swords. You've got the power. You can take that sword and cut someone out this week. So you are in your higher self this week when it comes to this person or situation. Why is it so lopsided? I think these cards are just bent a certain way, so it makes it look like they're going like this. Weird. But King of Swords to me is somebody who's in a power position. They're all-knowing. They know exactly what to either say or do, and they're not dealing with BS. They're not going to allow someone to emotionally manipulate them, tug on their heartstrings. I just feel like you guys have already made up your mind about this person or situation, and you know what you have to do, and it might seem cutthroat, and other people might try to guilt you or make you feel badly, but I just feel like you're stronger than this person this week. They can fight. They can try to say what they're going to say, but you need to be the rebel and basically not allow this person either back in or try not to allow them to tell you things that you know deep down are total BS. I don't know what this is. I'm really hoping that someone in the comments will say, this resonated with me this week, because this is very specific, okay? Very specific to a 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords problem. And you guys really surviving this. You guys really, like dropping this and thriving and feeling safe once again. But it's like after this Tower moment, this Tower needs to come crashing down. And it kind of sucks, but it's kind of necessary is what I'm seeing here. So let's go ahead and get some final messages from Spirit. What does Spirit want to leave us with this week? What's the final message? We have the nuthatch. Stay grounded and welcome the new knowledge and perspective coming to you, okay? So anytime Spirit is requiring us to stay grounded, that means that things might be a little chaotic. Things might feel a little emotional. We might feel a little just kind of all over the place. So we are being asked this week to really stay grounded, and I would definitely work with some of these suggestions that came through to help yourself to be grounded, okay? So that way you're not feeling emotional, dysregulated all over the place. We do have the Ten of Swords. Man, Spirit is not messing around. Something is over. Something is coming to a close. Something is coming to an end. It does feel painful. We're not going to pretend that it doesn't. We do have the Tower and Ten of Swords, Seven of Swords, Five of Swords. You know, it's hard stuff, but I feel like you guys know this. Some of you guys are already going through this ending. And so it's kind of like you're just trying to pick yourselves up off the ground now. And it's like literally taking things one day at a time just to get through whatever this ending or tower moment is. So a lot of this could have already happened, and this is just kind of the aftermath. You healing this week, you getting back to taking care of yourself, getting back to thriving after this painful situation or lesson. And we have Justice. Wow. Justice is Libra's energy. I really like this because to me, this means that things are going to balance out for you. Whatever pain, whatever ending you've experienced, it is going to balance out. And some of you might feel like it's not fair because the Ten of Swords can feel like someone stabbed you in the back. It's not fair. There's one particular situation in my life that I'm thinking of right this moment that hasn't been fair for 13 fucking years. But you know what? It's just one of those things where you can either drive yourself crazy and focus on this and stay stuck, or stay grounded and try to gain new perspectives and try to move on with your life. You know, karma maybe one day will balance out, but this is about just kind of trying to remain balanced within the self, trying to, you know, do what you can in your life, show up for yourself in a balanced way. So I think that's a beautiful message. Spirit's taking care of it, so maybe just try to step away from that and just, you know, try to move on as best as you can. Some people, it does look like they are going to get away with shit. It does look that way. But the thing is, as long as we're focused on that injustice, we'll never be able to grow. We'll never be able to start new and start fresh. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. Look at that baby chick just coming out of that egg. So we can be reborn. We can go from this death place to this rebirth place. We can choose that. We can make that decision, which is justice. We can make that decision that says it's a hard one and it sucks and it's not fair, but I can't stay on the ground crying about this. I have to move forward. I have to rebuild. I have a life to live. I have to survive. I have to take care of myself. I have to take care of my kids. I have to take care of my animals. I've got to take care of shit. I can't just lay here and die. I can't do it. So some of these decisions that you guys are going to make are either happening right now, or you're going to be very shortly making this decision. You're going to pick yourself up off the ground and you're going to do what's best for you, and things are going to start turning around, and you are going to thrive, and you are going to feel safe and happy once again. Spirit promises that. Absolutely. Absolutely promises that. Yeah, we got the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is basically just, it feels worse. Well, I don't want to say it feels worse than it really is, because maybe for some of you guys, this is horrible. Your pain is your pain. And when people try to say stupid shit such as, oh, don't worry, you'll get through it. When you're not feeling that way, you just want to tell people something. Or they have no idea what you're going through. They've never experienced that at all in their lives. And so it pisses you off when people say things like that. Or you just have no idea how you'll never, you have no idea if you will ever be able to have peace of mind or stop having dreams and being tormented with whatever this is. So that's what Nine of Swords is. Nine of Swords means that there's something in our heads right now that makes us feel like we're never going to recover. We're never going to be happy again. But the Nine of Swords is just something that we all have to go through. We all have, when you're done feeling this, eventually when you're done with it, you'll be done with it. You'll know when. You'll know how long you're going to choose to suffer. Because at the end of the day, it really is a choice. I'm trying to tell you guys, there is just something in my life that just still even continues to this day. And it seems like there's never going to be justice. There's just always going to be this just energy hovering in our lives. And I can be bitter and I can be pissed and I can let it take me over. Or I can choose to just focus on this, right? It is a choice. That's why I'm saying it's just an example. It's a choice, right? And we have the Fool. I love this. We have the Ace here and we have the Fool, which is a new beginning. There is something about new energy here. Opening yourself up to new things, you know? Try to focus on the new. Try to focus on just fresh things, new adventures, maybe doing things a little bit different, doing things that maybe you never did before. So I feel like this is really going to help us to embrace the new in our lives. This might be taking a risk and moving to a new place, a new home, going to a new job, making new friends, meeting new people, joining some sort of a group, moving to a new state, new country. I'm just throwing out examples. Just trying our hand at something new. And what this does is it opens up our life to new adventures and new things. And that leads to new experiences, which those new experiences could lead to happiness. And on the bottom of the deck, I got the 9 of Cups. I love that, which is your wishes being fulfilled. All 9 of your cups, your dreams coming true, ultimate happiness, ultimate satisfaction. It is possible here. So this is a challenging reading, and sometimes people hate these types of readings because it's just like, gosh, I just want to hear the good. I want to hear the happy stuff. I get it, but sometimes when these things come up, it might be that it's because there's something in our lives that, maybe we're either purposely trying to avoid, or we don't really want to pay attention to it. We don't really want to focus on it. We don't want to feel it. But I feel like it's coming through the reading today. And the reason that I felt guided to use the Strength Lion Tower Buster is because that's what it is. The lion represents strength. And it already came through in this reading here. We are strong. We are strong. Heartache to heartache we stand. I'm getting some Pat Benatar. Love is a battlefield coming through here. But yeah, that's what it is. We are strong. We can be the lions. We can be the cowardly lions and cower away from this and hide, or we can face it and embrace it and open up a new path for ourselves. So let me know if any of these messages resonated with you guys this week. This does not mean that you guys are going to have a crappy week. It just means that, maybe there are some major transformations that are taking place and we're just kind of getting through things this week. So I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Anyways, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Take care. I'll catch you guys next time. All right. Bye-bye.